my favourite trips that I've done in Asia was a combo of northern Thailand, Laos and Vietnam. I had a month off a couple of years ago and I went to Thailand and I absolutely loved it. And the main aim of this was relaxation and see the fabulous beaches of Thailand. I started in Bangkok and flew down to Koh Samui, a week in Koh Samui, and then kind of crossed over country, Phuket and Phi Phi, which I absolutely loved. Scenery is second to none. It's exactly what you see on a postcard. The only thing I would have done differently is my whole month was so precious to build up a month of time off that you want to see and do as much as you can, and it was so hard to get up and leave one beautiful island to move to the next. So this time I have 3.5 weeks off work and I wanted to pack in as much as I could. So I done it differently. I done a tour this time. So I'm up in northern Thailand now, which is complete contrast to southern. This is a bit more action-packed and adventurous and jungly. So Bangkok again, and the train up to Chiang Mai. The train is interesting. Can't say I was overly excited, but I'm actually really glad I done it. It was great to get in with locals and overnight train, and they were spotlessly clean. Chiang Mai, a cooking class, which was amazing, and some activities around the jungle. And then I was off to Laos for a week. Laos, to me, nearly ended up being a highlight, which I was amazed by because it's not something I knew a huge amount about before. It's a huge country and the roads are not the easiest, so a part of it we done by slow boat down the Mekong Delta. So 2 days down the Mekong was just so relaxing. Sit back and take in the scenery, it was stunning. It's definitely stepping back in time. It's not overrun with tourists, the people are so friendly and they really do like meeting you and getting to talk to you. One of my highlights, I have to say, was doing a homestay in Laos, which was amazing. So you're just going in and staying with a local family. So it's no frills, it's reality. It is what it is. You get in, you're in a small village, all the kids come up to meet you. You get to go as a group to the chief of the village house, and then all the kids of the village put on a show and done all local dancing for us, and the women of each house where the guests are staying dressy in their local costumes, and it's a little bit of a competition of whose dress was the best. So definitely a memory I'll never forget. Laos on a whole, I absolutely loved it. The scenery is stunning, the food is so good, so fresh, and it's really, really, really reasonable. And it's a great combo with Vietnam. Vietnam I've been dying to do for years, and I know from people in here it's a huge bucket list trip for a lot of people, and it will not disappoint. So starting off, I worked my way a 12-day. You probably would need to see the main highlights of Vietnam, and I worked my way from north to south. So start off in the cities up the north. It's chaotic, it's crazy, and it's great fun. The shopping is brilliant, crossing the street is so hard. But it's a must-do. It's a great introduction into Asia. So next I went over to Halong Bay, which is stunning, and if you look at any images of Halong Bay, and it is exactly what you see. So we stayed a night on a boat and just sailed, took in the scenery, and saw monkeys and swam and kayaked. It's stunning. So I done another overnight train then, because it is a vast country, so a good way of mixing it up is trains or internal flights. So again, the internal train, we have your cabin booked and we can book it up the best class we can get, so it is very comfortable. Hue then is the next city, a huge history in Vietnam, and it's lovely to see the difference going as you work your way down the country. It really does vary hugely in the food, in the scenery, and in the history. And then one of my favourite places was Hoi An. Hoi An is just absolutely stunning. I would have stayed there forever. It's a gorgeous beach resort. It's covered in Chinese lanterns and a really lovely lake in the middle of it. Old town, amazing beaches. It'd be a great honeymoon destination as a beach stop, combined with sightseeing of Vietnam. So flying down to Ho Chi Minh next, and that's a fabulous city. It's a bit more modern then as you westernise, I suppose, as you come down south. The War Memorial Museum here was probably one of the best museums I've ever been to. Very, very tough, because I suppose it's so recent. but it was absolutely amazing, definitely the best museum, and must do when you're there. So it was really interesting and a place I will never forget.